I'm the captain now.
Welcome to Captain Investing. What's going on, investors? This is the Captain with the Captain Investing, and today I wanted to bring you a video highlighting the recent EV boom and how I feel about it. So as always, if you like the content, please go ahead and subscribe or give us a like and or both. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over what will be touched on. What is driving the electric push? Who are the big players that will be long-term winners? EV versus established brands, and my thought on the EV sector and what the future holds. So what exactly is all the fuss about? So first off the bat, you have countries that have started to take steps to ban fossil fuels. China, Japan, UK, South Korea, Germany, Canada, France, Spain have all established timelines of when they plan on banning the sale of gasoline vehicles. Some as early as 2027. Global warming and the push for cleaner air have taken the rise to EV to another level, and countries are now taking responsibility. So one thing that the COVID virus actually was a positive to come out of it is that the fact that a lot of cars got off the road, and you've seen some countries that normally have very hazy conditions clear up, and they could actually see a lot further. The air was a lot cleaner and public health improved, except for obviously COVID cases. Performance going up and cost coming down. So one of the first EV vehicles that was out on the market was actually a General Motors EV1, which did 0 to 60 in 8 seconds. Okay, you compare that to Tesla's Model S that's out now, which can do 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds. So you combine the performance with the fact that the cost is coming down just to produce these EVs and the battery technology. Next, we have incentives for companies that make the switch. So what I mean by that is government is now wanting to give out incentives for people that go electric, for companies that offer electric vehicles and sell electric vehicles. A lot of states are giving out rebates on top of federal rebates to make it even more juicy for the companies to sell these EVs. Lastly, we have fear of being left out. Companies in general must evolve as the times evolve, or else they get left in the dust, and a lot of them go bankrupt or just go out of business. Just some examples: you had AOL, Blockbuster, Redbox, and MySpace. All kind of didn't move with the times and got left behind. Okay, so next, who are the big players in the EV space? First, obviously, the biggest name, Tesla, hands down, the biggest EV player in America. Lordstown Motors, who are on track to come out with the first EV truck, which should be out late next year. A Workhorse, who is centered around EV fleet vehicles for delivery, last mile delivery. General Motors, who's putting out the Hummer electric vehicle, and they have a couple of electric vehicles are already out on the market right now. Ford, who is on pace to put out the F-150 electric vehicle. Green Power, Electrica Mechanica, Volkswagen, and Nissan, and some of the bigger EV players overseas. You have NIO, Xpeng, LI Auto, BYD Company, Candy, SAIC, Chery, and Kia. All big time players in the space. Okay, so we're going to go over pure EVs versus established brands. So what I found is electric vehicles account for 2.6% of global car sales, representing a 40% gain year over year. This will begin to speed up even greater as buses, trucks, and two-wheeled vehicles electrify and start to get put out at a greater pace. The saving grace for U.S. fossil fuel manufacturers has been trucks and SUVs. As EVs creep into the segment, however, things could get slippery for fossil fuel trucks and SUVs. And just looking at the year-to-date gains for some of the biggest primary gasoline car companies, you can see where things are headed. GM year-to-date is 19%. They were up. Ford, -4%. Toyota, they were 1% up year-to-date. Now compare that to other pure EV plays. Tesla, they are up 485%. NIO is up 1,125%, and Workhorse year to date is up 748%, and Li Auto is up 154%. So my thoughts on the EV sector. EV is obviously here to stay, and they are on pace to grow. Their growth is only going to snowball from here. Once everything starts getting electrified, it's just going to be a huge downhill effect. We will see more and more big established companies pushing for all electric. You see that in Chevy, in Nissan, and Volkswagen. Right now, if you're not pushing towards electric, you're going to be a company that goes out of business in probably the next 10 to 15 years. There's still explosive growth to come. As you know, Tesla only became profitable last year, the last quarter of last year. So that's insane that they just came profitable last year, and the stock has did nothing but rocket up, since the last 2 years. If I had to pick a big winner from all this, I'd say Tesla and NIO are the two that have the greatest chances of becoming the modern day, GM and Ford at their heyday, or Toyota. And I would say I would not count out Ford, however, as they look to put out their electric F-150, which everybody knows is the best-selling truck in America. So as always, if you enjoyed the content, please go ahead and subscribe and like. As always, please invest in stocks that you do your own DD on and that you understand. I am not a financial advisor. Feel free to subscribe and leave a question in the comments. Hope everyone makes a ton of money and sees green candles for years and years. All right, thanks guys. See you next time.